What is good, guys? Coach Steve here with ILoveBasketballTV. Today I'm going to be teaching you 3 overlooked exercises that can help you increase your vertical jump. So let's get up.
Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine.
Welcome back, guys, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we have new videos every single week, from shooting to ball handling to dunking. So if you're into jumping higher, come join me every single week so you can be the one doing the dunking and not getting dunked on. Let's go. So the first overlooked exercise is seated exercises, because a lot of times we think of running, we think of actually jumping, but there's so much you can do from a seated position, which almost everybody has at their house. At home, you can do this, and there's a few different ones. I'm gonna give you a couple bonuses. So one of the first ones is a jump, where you just come from a seated position and just take off, right? But the emphasis is on trying to stay light on your butt and just exploding as fast as you can, right? So you're not trying to load up like this. Feet on the floor, keep your butt there, and just swing up, right? And jump. And you could even just do standing variation. I'm gonna go through the variations from just your arm swing to the full jump. So here we go. You can just do arm swing exercises, which is just back, thrusting up. And this is helpful because you're trying to do that when you're doing a full jump. By sitting, you're eliminating all your movement of your body, so you're only using your arms. And I want you to think about trying to lift yourself up off the chair with just your arms. So just swing them up. And then the next would be arm swing plus standing. So you want to have your feet ready, butt on the chair, swing, and just stand up as fast as you can. You could also think about flexing your butt. So, whew, right? Come up on your toes is okay, but really just stand up fast. See how fast you can stand up, and boom, okay? And then you're gonna go to the full jump. So you're seated, arms come back, boom. And again, try not to rock into it. Try to just almost be light on the chair like you're about to stand up anyway, because that's just one way I like to do this seated exercise. There's other ways to do it, but the reason I like that is because I want you to focus on the reactivity of, because when you jump, you're coming down and bending, right? So it's almost like training from starting from this position. So almost act like you're already bent down, boom, and try to react as fast as you can. So the next exercise that I think gets overlooked is the core. We talk a lot about it. We have a few exercises, but there's so many mini ones that you can do that are so simple that really go a long way. And because they're so simple, I feel like they get overlooked. So a really basic one is the plank. You just come down here, you have your arms on the floor. You can also try your arms like this. I think this is actually harder, but you don't want your butt sinking. You don't want it too high. You want to hold it. And the thing is, because it's an isometric type of movement where you're not moving, it's an isometric exercise, that feels like it's not really directly translating to your jumping, but the stronger your core, the more stable. Stabilization is the key to movement. So if you want to move your best, you have to have a strong, stable body first. Even when you're strengthening your quads and your hamstrings, you want to have stabilization ability in your quads, in your hamstrings, before. These can even be bonus exercises as well, but you want to be able to hold strength in a stable, non-moving position before you add movement, because that's just more variables. There's more things going on. You're using more of your body. So the stronger you can get in a stable isometric position is going to really increase your chances of getting stronger through the movement. So another core exercise that I like that's completely stabilization, don't need any equipment, is the hollow body plank. Same thing as the other one, but you're just going to lay on your back, curl up, basically just try to flex these abs as hard as you can, lift your feet up, keep them straight, flex your quads, flex your toes forwards, and just hold it. Look, I'm already shaking. Woo! And you could do flutter kicks, but just see how long you can hold it. And that is going to show you so much of how just using your body weight can stabilize, can strengthen that core, which is going to help you when you're jumping. And for a quick recap of why, is because every time you go to plant to jump, you're positioning like this, right? That core is going to connect your legs to your upper body and help you absorb that impact and take off. Because a lot of times when you go to absorb, you plant, if you fall forward, if your core is weak, you're not going to be able to handle all that stopping motion. Because when you stop, that's everything. Everything's tense. You're gathering, right? You're strengthening. You have to hold on to all that, right? And that is all your core. So get to it and get shredded. Why not? All right, so the next exercise is the sissy squat. And the reason why I think this is overlooked is because it's very difficult. It's very hard to get it full range of motion with no pain, but that's why I think it's super underrated, because if you can master this, you learn so much about your knees, your quads, your body awareness, your body positioning, your glutes, all these different things that connect your mind to your body, which is so important in training. So if you can master this exercise, not only will you have that mind-body connection, but you'll have really healthy knees that you can jump on over and over again. And if you're doing a vertical jump program, if you're trying to increase your vertical jump, you're going to be jumping a lot. You're going to be using your knee tendons a lot. So the better you know your knee tendons, the better you can get up, the higher you can jump, the more you can train, the better you can do, the more you can jump, the more you can dunk on people, the more dunks you can make, the more points you score because you're dunking on people, and the more adrenaline you have, and the more hype you bring to the game. Okay, so what is this sissy squat? Sissy squat is, I have the chair here just for other examples, but you're gonna come down like this. I'll kind of go on an angle, feet close together, right? And you're gonna squeeze your butt, and you're gonna have your knees come to the floor. Preferably have a cushion like that on the floor. Don't rip it off the wall, just find one, use a shirt, whatever you gotta use, and just come down slow, right? Now, before I do it, I want you to know that I'm gonna do the full range of motion, but even this is working. So you come here like this. You'll start to feel it in your quads, right? Your inside quads is muscle called the VMO, right? You're gonna feel it a lot there. It's gonna pump it up. Even if I just do a bunch of reps like this, I'll start to feel it pumping up. But again, you don't wanna just crouch, right? You don't wanna just go like this. Butt is tucked the whole time, and I'm gonna do the full range now because I'm elite. Like this, I like to keep my arms out like this for stable. And then on the way up, really try to keep that butt tucked, because it's easy when you come down to just roll back on your heels like this and stand up. That's not what you wanna do. You wanna try to keep it tucked the whole time. So my goal when I do it is sometimes I add weight. I'm not really in my full jumping phase yet. I can get into that in another video. But my point is, when you come down, I try to go as slow as possible for that control, because you'll feel more range. You really think about what you're feeling, and you can make more progress the slower you go. So slow, I feel it in my quads. Try to touch the ground. Try to hold that stable. Woo. And I was about to fall, break it, so I was going super slow, so I came back up. But it's okay to fall to the ground, but I don't have a cushion in front of me. But if you come down a little faster, like this, not the worst, come back up and just do reps. Okay, so if you can't go full range of motion, what you can do is start to push it by holding on to something. So like I said, you could at first start to just do a pump. But if you want to go a little lower, avoid pain. But as you go a little lower, you try to keep your balance, hold on to something like this, push your range. It's really good to record yourself so you can see how much progress you're making, right? And just do reps in that range, right? And your goal is full range of motion without any assistance, right? But there's different ways to make progress. So you can start with full range of motion, holding on to something, and because you don't have the strength to go full range of motion. But if you have full range of motion, you're using the whole knee tendon, which is getting blood flow in there, showing you that your whole tendon is healthy. If you have pain at a certain range, when you go here, don't go there. Just start with the top range, assisted, and then unassisted, building that strength in the shorter range. And over time, you can start increasing the range, and you won't feel the pain. And then your goal is to build up to full range of motion, right? So you're either trying to build strength or build range of motion. And then when you're at my level, when you have good range of motion with no pain, you could start adding weights, holding weights like this, and going down, right? Coming up, going all the way down. Whew, whew. And you could do a bunch of reps. And the great news is that is going to be strengthening the entire knee tendon. And by doing that, you can handle a lot more. So even though I'm going slow, it's really a lot of load, because you're pushing your knee out so far. It's putting a lot of load on that knee, that if you're getting it super strong over time, you're having weight, it's a strong tendon. You add some jumps, that tendon is super strong. Just like if you're trying to do your squats, right? And you're getting your legs strong, even though you're going slow, you're still causing that strength in the muscles, and then those muscles can be used to run faster and jump higher. The tendons are the same, they just take longer. And get it, what? And go get it, baby.